other than that, no further updates. Let's get started. My usual stream, screen, this right here. Yeah. Now, is the audio being picked up? Yes. Yeah, the main thing that had me distracted was, for some reason, OBS was not picking up the game's audio. And I had to figure out why that was. Basically, I had to take the audio link out and put it back in. But yep. Episode 4 awaits. Let us continue. Recap episode 4. Yes. Let's do all that. A full recap? I want to do a full recap. Let's recap everything that happened in episode 3 because a lot of things happened in episode 3 specifically. So yeah. There are 2 of them now. 2 possums. I tried to pet them, but they both play dead. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Anthony, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry that you got caught up in that. You 2 did right by those kids, though. What a blessing. Everyone getting out of that situation all right? Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Sybil is so cool. Sybil is so helpful. Anthony, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. And I outright leave him. I'll leave this guy to his own devices. Excuse me. Wait, you're Anthony, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Mrs. Forsyth called me on the phone and told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Yeah, I told him where to find his body. Thought you weren't gonna show. I put 2 and 2 together. I know you're related to the boss, and the other guys are all riled up. They're talking action. If they saw me out here with you, they'd think I was some kind of scab. But none of them will listen to me, especially now. They've all got bigger things to worry about than a single missing minor. I haven't forgotten about him, though. Anything you want to know, just ask. And with that, breakfast is served. Oh yeah, I spent time with her, got some breakfast with her, and we learned that the mayor is a dog. With a security guard, it takes his job very seriously. You can tell this dog is the mayor from the little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And I gave him my boiled peanuts. I kind of regret giving him my boiled peanuts, but I already saved after that, so nothing I can do. Before you catch up with your companions, you're interrupted by a nervous man. I'm sorry, there's like a dog outside my window that's really yapping and whining. Sorry. Yeah, one of the neighbors has a dog that he takes out to the back to do his business, and yeah, the dog just loves barking and whining and screaming at the cats, the random stray cats around here. Like, straight up, I got worried at first when I first started hearing the dog whining like that, but yeah, it just really wants to attack the cats. It sounds like it's being hurt, but no, it just really wants to kill the cats. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're interrupted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Excuse me, whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression, a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Anthony. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you ever feel like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. I feel like I should have taken him with us on the ghost hunting trip. I feel like he might have played a very important part on the ghost hunting. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, but which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. And then there's the dinner. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Anthony is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day. I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends is deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Ooh. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? And yeah, he starts feeling some kind of pain. Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. And then she kicks us out. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Hold it, you're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Yeah, I call my cousin. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around it is stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. And then everything cuts black. Then all this happens. Wait, you hear music? Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in the shadows rises to attention. Stella? Yeah, the ghost uses all of our friends to tell a story. And then there's this guy. There you are, the suspicious individual. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? So he's basically like a revenant. Yeah, the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit, it doesn't matter which. Bullshit! I hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. Let's just leave. Agreed, Sybil, you got in here. Can you get us out? Sybil sighs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Absolutely, this is not our problem. If you think it's best course of action, yes, I can get you out, but it's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in a basement, even if all of your senses are telling otherwise. Try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. I'm so sorry, Anthony. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? Yeah, Stella leaves because something really is bothering her. She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone else could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Anthony. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty furs. Before your thoughts can drift away to nightmarish recollection of hours past, your phone buzzes on the nightstand. Hey, sorry I ran off earlier, wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much, just need some time to handle some things. Sorry. I mean, she got possessed. Everybody would be, like, really traumatized after that. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Wake up. Yeah, we chose to not give 60 years of our lives to a ghost that just haunts a specific building. Like, just a building. Just ignore the building. Straight up, just ignore the building. I might change that decision on my second playthrough, but as it stands right now, the smartest thing to do is just ignore the ghost, never step into that building ever again, and yeah, it'll leave. It won't bother us. It just owns that territory now. You open your eyes, it's a new day. Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by a harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and Tabitha. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on a nightstand. Hey, have you heard from Stella? I haven't been able to get a hold of her. Thought she might have at least checked in with you. You checked your messages, there's nothing from Stella. Call. You dialed Stella. Hey, what's up? Just kidding, I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me, technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message, or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't accept messages. Of course. Of course. Hey, you good? Morning, hot stuff. Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you can. That Wayne guy didn't come after you, did he? Kanika and I are pretty worried about you. Please respond. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? Hey. Send still a photo of a nervous puppet? That's random. Kanika and I are worried. Kanika and I are pretty worried about you. Please respond. Undelivered. Well, she says to begin. Never mind, I still is. How are you doing? Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. What if Wayne got her? I'm not gonna worry her like that. Just still disappear like that sometimes. She messaged me last night. Well, I should say, she messaged me just last night. I think she's okay. I'm worried about her. It seems like she just has some stuff on her mind she needs to work through. Leave it at that. I am worried about her, because apparently this guy, that Revenant, Wayne, is probably going to go after her. And yeah, I guess by spending too much time with her in-game, I painted a target on her back, because I noticed that in some story games, the character that you interact with the most becomes the target of whatever antagonist is in the game. Because that's the character that you have the most emotional attachment to, and they want to make you, worried. I'm worried about her. I'm glad you heard from her, at least, but I'm worried too. I know we haven't exactly gotten along, but we should meet up in town and look for her together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Shower first. Well, let's look at everything first. Check the closet. The doll is still a doll. Make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Somehow, someone was in here. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Probably Wayne. Visit the opossum. It has bread. Where did it get the bread? Why does it have bread in there? Two opossums stare up at you. They both have bread now. That's nice. Wave at them. They continue to stare up at you with a blank response. Close it. And it looks like I'm about to have a little ad break. I'm probably going to continue continue playing as the ad break happens, because some people don't get the ad for some reason. Some people get the ad, some people don't, so I'm going to continue reading through the ad. So pardon me if that messes some people up. Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me. Oops. Dropped something. Oh, and I believe someone's coming. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. I'm good, so let me continue on. This is their home now. There's nothing you can do to change that. Take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. Always remember to stay clean. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll go back there today, you're sure of it. Think about Oscar and Rosalina, and how the specter of Charles Shaw Jr. has left them without a house and work. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. Think about Duke, the image of him lying there, slumped against a tree, half dead. Scrub feverishly trying to scrape the memories from your skin as if they're part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne, whether you're truly alone. Think about someone special. Think about finally being able to get out of this hellhole and safe in your bed. Stella. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. You're done here, you turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. She's always doing this pose, like clutching her arms like this. They're striking this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Street Smart, your cousin, has been ready for this. The next few days will wear on her, but anyone paying attention to this town would have known this was coming. Tabitha isn't one to have her head in the clouds. Talk about the strike, talk about what happened last night. I can't get a hold of Stella. If the mine's in trouble, you should sell it and sell the estate and get out of it while you still can. So, talk about the strike. Do you want me to help smooth things over? I'm pretty good at negotiating. People always help me out with stuff like this if they ask nicely. Want me to infiltrate the strike with Street Smart? So I can go hot route or I can go the Street Smart route. I definitely want to pick one or the other. Let me go with hot, because I like being hot. Heat. Want me to help smooth things over? I'm pretty good at negotiating. Wait, you think that's because you're good at negotiating? Has nobody told you that it's because you're... Never mind. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure that's the sort of thing you'd be able to pull off. Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin, you getting involved would be a great way to throw gasoline on the fire. This is my problem to fix. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral is over. Usually I'm pro-union, but... Do you know what the strikers even want? You should have probably seen this coming. Do you know what they even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing in a different tune. I don't think I need to say any of these things here. Just give them what they want. Just give them what they want. It's no use fighting the inevitable. Just fire all of them? Nah. I can't believe the gall of these people after everything you've done to this town. Some people never understand the burdens of leadership. You're in a really difficult spot right now. With everything else going on, it's hard to care about something as mundane as a strike. With everything else going on, it's hard to care about something as mundane as a strike. Yeah, we just saw a haunting. Ghosts are real. Who cares if there's a strike? It'd be nice to be in your shoes, but I don't get to just choose not to care. Someone's gotta run that place. We have a product to sell, and if we stop selling it, everything just gets worse for everyone. Return. I can't get a hold of Stella. Do you think she's alright? I'm sure she's just processing what just happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. Well, let's talk about what happened last night. So, ghosts are real. I can't get over that. I can. What does that actually change about anything? I still have a mind to run, and you still have a funeral to attend. Do you regret leaving Charles down there? Not at all, and I don't care if Grandma Eddie killed him. The past is the past, and neither of us had anything to do with it. We can always build a new town hall. We can never get back lost years. True that, true that. If the mine's in trouble, you should just sell it. Sell the estate. Get out while you can, yeah. You should get the hell out of this town while you can, cousin. Tabitha bristles. I'm not giving up like that. This is the Scarlet Mine. I'm not going to cash out on our family's legacy. I'm bringing the mine back to life, one way or another. Alright. You should probably get going, right? Yeah. I dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. ... But let me know if you get into trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Have a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. Make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Head to town. I wish I... The next playthrough, I'm definitely going to learn to talk to animals because I feel like this cat will have a whole lot to say. You head to the front door and begin your trek to town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line. A feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. Yeah, you think that's a ditchling right there? Oh yeah, and that's definitely one right there. That is absolutely one right there. Oh, and one right there, too. Ooh, and I think I see one right here. Oh my. As you continue to trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant and overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building since the moment you stepped off the bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Hey, you made it. I still haven't heard from Stella, and I've already seen a bunch of those ditchlings scurrying around in broad daylight. I know my mom said they're harmless, but we should start looking for her. How are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day. That's so cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole. But I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I can't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by a Bigfoot. And my mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. Anyway, that's how I'm doing. Probably about as poorly as everyone else who was at the library last night, except maybe Stella. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on those things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today, but she couldn't have told all of us... I'm sorry. I'm sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. I should probably stop making fun of her whole New Age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there are plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. So, ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. I don't know about you, but I'm currently staving off a massive existential crisis about the state of matter and about being alive means. Any ideas why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the only one who ran off. Could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point, stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting up a ghost for the first time. She could be struggling with what that ghost did. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. We'll just have to find her and see if she wants to stop running from it. Finally, just talk things out. I'm skeptical. There's a lot. Gotta be a better explanation. Information is destroying me. What this means, there's a heaven or hell, if there's an afterlife. I'm actually thrilled. There's a heaven or hell. I wonder if this means there's a heaven and hell. If there's an afterlife, we should probably figure out who was right about it, shouldn't we? Most cultures on Earth have some kind of ghost in their myths, so it could mean anything. Heaven, hell, Hades, Valhalla, anything. A theory I've heard from people who believe in that sort of thing is that every now and then some particularly bad energy builds up in somebody that lingers after their death, so it could be that nobody is right and ghosts are basically like an echo of someone screaming as they fall down the Grand Canyon. Not really a person, but whatever's left of one slowly fading away. In which case, that means our puppeteer might just vanish on his own then when he runs out of energy. Who knows how long that would take, though. Or maybe one of the religions with an afterlife is right, though who knows how you'd possibly narrow it down. And if you ask me, there's just doesn't seem like something a person should know. Pardon me, gotta wet my palate. Wet my palate. Is the ghost still in the library? I'm assuming that. Any leads on Stella? Man in the general store where we're looking for Stella. I'm surprised you reached out to me after all the issues between you and Tabitha. I guess we should get started. Any leads? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere, just not answering her phone, but I also don't want to bet on that. I don't feel the need to say all this right here, because you gotta make sure you pick and choose the right things to say in this game. So, I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're better in daylight. Where to first? First, the cops, right? Check on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. Let's check out the diner. We should go to the mines. We should check out the church. Well, first we should check her house. At the very least, check her house. Definitely, I probably should have done that before getting to you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself just in case I ran into any of the other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocked anxiously at the door. It creaks open. Doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella or someone else was in a hurry when they left. For the life of you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left the library yesterday morning. We ate breakfast here together yesterday morning, but I can't remember if we closed the door. We must have. She's dead. She died. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that until it's confirmed. It's a high chance that Wayne went after her, though. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? Okay. Well, I'll mention this. We had breakfast together. Maybe the door just opened itself as a prank on all of us, or still left it open for a normal, non-scary reason. We should all go in, right? Yes, we should go in. Enter Stella's house. You step forward and cross the threshold into Stella's house. It looks kind of dusty. The living room is exactly how you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera, not even a tipped-over lamp. That's good. go straight to Stella's room. You make your way down the hall to what you assume is to be Stella's room. She's not here, though it's a little untidy. It's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? It's a mess. Do you think there's a struggle? I don't think there's any clues here. Let's check her computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? Possibly, but we're looking for a missing person, and we're looking for clues. Especially if I'm suspecting that there's an antagonist, there's a villain out there looking for her specifically. Yeah, what if there's a clue when we miss it? What if we don't find, and it's all because we didn't snoop on her computer? I'll speak about our plans. Look, it's invasion of privacy. Let's see if the password protected before we can make a fuss about it. There's no fun, but fine. Didn't think about how this might look. A lot of different responses, different versions of yes and no. But yeah, we should look. What if there is a clue? Okay, fine, but I'm going to stand over your shoulder the whole time and make sure you don't go looking for anything personal. I'm sure I'm not gonna find any nudes. Just you know, weird, cryptid stuff, most likely. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on our monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic multi-layered display. Look for something interesting. Yeah, use my street smart. You scan through the folders and files names on Stella's desktop, looking for anything that seems like it might be interesting. One folder catches your eye. Boring tax stuff. You're no fool. You've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your own computer. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and its contents are never boring. Open the folder. Oh, it's her and Tabitha. You open the folder, you're surprised to find it contains carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes and fences and areas with low visibility. Oh, she's planning on sneaking in there. There are also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin, an authentic joyful smile, and Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Alright, check her tabs. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs on Stella's computer. Oh wow, I can see just through these blurry images that there are dozens upon dozens of tabs open. Do y'all see that? You kind of have to zoom in to see all this, but wow, that's a lot of tabs. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon, a sea of rounded, featureless triangles from the Windows edge to the Windows edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum of cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day. I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says they're something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high-quality footage count as anything other than actual footage? These things are terrifying. Since every low-budget horror movie started going guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. What's an ARG? I'm serious. I got a ton of extra footage. Look at what they've been doing to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Lucky you're falling right into their lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so this isn't an ARG. I would never, and two, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommyknockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommyknockers Real WAV. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, lol, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her. I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Ouch. Check her search history. You check her search history. She hasn't visited any site since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related, a furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of ditchlings. That's that. And, waste of time. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. So, Snoop on still his computer. I got an achievement called Hacker Man. I love seeing someone's room if they had a chance. I'm sure it looks like a room. It's a mess. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? Speak for yourself. If the roles were reversed, I was missing, and you and Stella were poking around my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. I will say that this is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. She still does the cork board with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Alright, go to the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple of cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. That's a bad sign. She left the bread all the way open, and there's a used butter knife, and the jar is still open. That's not a good sign. Someone was here after Stella and I left yesterday. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. Maybe she came home last night and had a snack, and didn't feel like putting the things away. Still, that leaves us with more questions than we started with. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now, and why haven't we been able to reach her? Okay, I don't think we're going to find much else here. Let's move on. So that's our house. So she probably came home last night but left the door open and didn't tell anyone where she was going. I thought I was overreacting this morning, but I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. We're going to call the cops. I know they probably won't actually do anything, but we should see if we can get them to start looking for her before we go anywhere else. Yeah, let's go. We have to make the police know Stella's missing. The police station is exactly what you would expect from the town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. The general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Beau standing between you and the officer behind the desk. Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Deputy Franklin, sir. She was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to our family. The Scarlet Hollow police are spread thin, pretty thin at the moment, young man. Any property disputes will have to wait, if indeed there is a dispute to be had. Are you sure it wasn't just some animal that took your vegetable? Sir, you know Mr. Tremaine thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something you can do about it? Hey, I remember you from yesterday. You're the mayor's security guy. I'm a man of many hats, and all of them give me authority over you, so you best watch yourself. Okay, he is both a cop and the mayor's private security. I think one of those jobs takes priority over the other. So let me go with Street Smart. Listen up, Franklin. We've got a missing person on our hands. Still hasn't been seen since yesterday, and last anyone saw, she was in a state of distress. You speak with complete authority in your voice. Franklin's sunglasses are impenetrable, but you can imagine the eyes behind them methodically scanning you like a machine. A missing person? Apologies, Mr. Calloway, but I'm going to have to handle this first. Deputy Franklin makes his way back to this desk, pulling out a few forms before returning to the front. If one of you could fill these out, please. I can take care of that. Thank you so much for taking this seriously, Mike. I know Stella has a tendency to go on hiking trips, but this feels different. She can't be in her right mind going back out in the woods after what happened to my Teddy. I'll be praying for her, and I'll make sure Mama does too. Are you sure you can't start looking like right now? Shouldn't be off on her own where there are so many ditch things around. Thanks for taking this seriously. Come on, there's gotta be more you can do than this. Give us some paperwork. Why did you even come here? This was pointless. I gotta ask, can you look right now? Are you sure you can't start looking right now? Ditchlings? Anthony taught me about them yesterday. Them things that got my daddy. I called about them last night too, since they've been coming up out of the woods onto the farm. I even saw some on my way here, plain as day. I remember the call in question. We may have gotten a few calls from other folks as well. But Hugby and Dickerson doesn't seem to be too concerned. I trust the sheriff on this one. I don't care what Earl thinks. People should be concerned. I don't like how many of them there are. I especially don't like the impact they're having on the local wildlife. Or the local pets. Look, we're stretched thin as it is. If you think the town should have a dedicated animal control department, you're welcome to take it up with the mayor. Your dog? Take it up with your friend's cousin. And to answer your question, my orders are to man the station, but I'm sure to start an investigation as soon as I'm relieved. Can you arrest a ghost? Weird question, but are you part of a cult? Why would I ask that? What's all this about a pumpkin? Well, did you manage to find your dad? Where is everyone else? Haven't you heard? There's a nasty strike going on in the mines. Miss Scarlet asked us to try and bring the temperature down a bit, and I drew the short straw for being stuck on desk duty. Bring the temperatures down? I'm sorry. Are Earl and Dennis working for the town, or are they working for Tabitha? I'd rather not get into it right now, Miss Forsyth. Well, did you manage to find your dad? Did you manage to find his body? Mr. Calloway's disappearance wasn't called in last night. Is there a reason you seem to have known about it before we did? Both stoic expression breaks for a moment. You can also see tears forming in his eyes, but he blinks them away. Uh-oh. Yeah, I found him. I gathered what there was to gather. We're giving him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been tough going, trying to dig the hole while the farm is crawling with those hairless things, but I need to get things done. Do you think they'll be back where they came from soon? They'll go back to where they came from soon? Mama and me have tried to fight them back as best we can, but it seems like there are more every minute. I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing. That's not what I'm doing. They'll leave once the coming disaster is finally struck. I know about as much as you. I'm sure they'll leave soon, buddy. Sybil says they don't hurt people. I kinda like them. Sybil says they don't hurt people. I ain't too worried about myself or my mama. It's the animals they keep trying to drag off. They're stealing food out of our mouths. Oh, hold on. Pause. Alright, pardon me. Talking to a family member right there. But yeah, let's see. They keep stealing food out of our mouths, and it don't seem to matter as many of them I pop. They just keep on coming. And those are Daddy's chickens. He wants us to keep them safe for him. But I'm doing my part taking out as many of those nasty little things as I can. But I ain't stopped feeling like things are gonna get worse. Maybe that's just the way people feel after something bad happens. My mom did say the ditch things are supposed to be some horrible omen, but that doesn't mean it's true. Oh wait, no, that's Kanika talking, my bad. For all I know, the weird stuff is behind us, and those creepy little things will crawl back to wherever they came from, and Scarlet Hollow will go back to normal. But I guess it doesn't hurt to plan for the worst. I just want to remind you all that you're speaking in front of a member of the law enforcement, and any and all suspicious statements are being cataloged. Seriously? Do you really not have anything better to do than try to pin disasters on innocent people who are trying to stop them? I'm not at liberty to discuss whether I have anything better to do. Then go find Stella. Yeah, I know about the pumpkin. I'm not gonna say cult. Asking if you can arrest a goal is a stupid question. It looks like you're busy. We'll be on our way. Kanika hands the completed paperwork back to Deputy Franklin. Oh, she did that while we were talking. Alright. Thank you, ma'am. I'll get this filed right away. Good luck out there. I hope Miss Richmond is alright and y'all find her soon. We'll be on our way. Best keep your nose clean out there, Anthony. Try to stay out of trouble. What if trouble finds me? I got an achievement. Visiting the police. Why don't they just do their jobs? Well, at least we followed the report. Still, I guess finding Stella is going to be mostly up on us. Where to next? Just check out Oscar and Rosalina. Yes, the place your oh-so-generous cousin decided was suitable for habitation. Sorry, I know your I know she's your family and everything, but with that, what Oscar and Rosalina have been through this week, I just couldn't believe she had just said... excuse me. Phlegm. Phlegm. My bad. I just couldn't believe she even suggests something like that. You don't get far before the sound of growing and desperate hisses grab your attention. Uh-oh. You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered cat in an alley. He must have slipped out of the library with everything else that happened last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. Quit it! Leave the cat alone. Your words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. I'm grabbing Pixel. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. Ooh! Oh damn, okay. Okay, ooh. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it's ripped to shreds. Ooh boy. Damn, they killed it on sight. Their task is complete. They saunter towards you. What the? What are Daisy and Scraps doing out here? Are they leading some sort of ditchling hunting dog gang? Pixel timidly steps through. Yeah, I'm definitely picking talking to animals next playthrough. Pixel, you got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat, come here. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. Legitimately, I was thinking, since in the last episode, we saw Wayne just casually step on one of these ditchlings and just crush its skull, I'm thinking that I myself could possibly do that. Like, I could just attack this thing and just stomp on it until it dies, because... yeah, I'm not sure if Wayne has revenant strength. I believe Wayne is a revenant, but revenants have enhanced strength according to the mythology that I've been told. And unless, Wayne is isn't as strong as I think, I could have definitely probably attacked this creature if I absolutely had to. I see how it is. Everyone likes Anthony, even the cats. Thanks, guys. The pack of dogs scampers off. Their work is done. What the hell is going on in this town? Pixel in tow, you and your companions continued on to the old Maxwell place. The old Maxwell place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time. But it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and the moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Before you can approach, the door opens, and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Oh, sorry if I startled y'all. The walls here are worn down enough I could hear you coming a block away. Oh, good morning, Oscar. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. Oscar's voice is tired. He had a long night, and it shows, his graying face seemingly having aged in the hours since you last saw him. Please come on in. The old Maxwell place. Pixel! Rosalina rushes forward, taking Pixel gently from your arms. Hey, Rosalina. Hey, Alexis. Happy to help. I was so worried. I thought the ghost might have done something to him. Alexis is helping us put a room together. We don't plan on staying here long, but the girls seem to be having fun with it. Thank goodness. Even after all they've been through. Yeah, this is kind of cool. There's like this weird intercom thing and a jacuzzi. Maybe you guys can fix up the place. It doesn't seem that run down. It is a lot cooler than I thought it would be. I've already met a ghost, so if this turns out to be haunted, that's no big deal. Y'all aren't traumatized after last night? I don't know, the past 2 days have been really weird. But I figure if I survived all that, it can only get better from now on, right? And we went through it together. I think that helps. It helped me, at least. You two are way stronger than me. My nerves are so frayed. I feel like I'm one more traumatic event away from a heart attack. Same. Did you say this place had a jacuzzi? Can I try? I would not have thought that this building here had a jacuzzi. I only just turned on the water. I don't think you want to bathe in whatever has been stuck in the pipes for the last 30 years. We're on bottled water until I get the stuff that comes out of the pipes thoroughly tested. We could always try going on a rescue mission for some of your stuff. No, I'm not doing that. What's going to happen to your career now that the library is closed? That's a good question. That's a good question. I was up all night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible, the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the county would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I can work in an existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar, move so you and Elisa would leave? But there's nothing to do about that, right, Dad? We're staying here? I'm going to do whatever I can to keep us here. Have any of you seen Stella? We haven't been able to find her since everyone left the library last night. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I really care about her, and she's just gone. I got a text from her last night, but that's the last I've heard of her. I feel terrible. This is my fault, isn't it? I should have done a better job warning her. Stiller was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were gonna be able to stop her. There was no way you could have known how she would react when she found it. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Do you think you'll have to stay here long term? It doesn't actually seem that bad here. It's so cool my cousin let you stay in this rat place for free. Yeah, I think it is really cool that she offered to let you stay here for free, like completely for free. Like legitimately. It has a jacuzzi. It's shelter. The windows are cracked, sure, but it's a big building. That's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's a house. It is an actual house, not an apartment building. Not an apartment building, but a house. You can definitely fix it up. Yeah, it's so cool now how she's giving you all this old black mold free of charge. It's only free for a month, actually. Then she said we'd have to pay rent. Are you serious? It doesn't matter. I don't intend for us to stay much longer than that. I'm going to get the library back one way or another. I don't care what it takes. I'm not letting that creature get the last laugh. Street smart. It's all bravado at this point. Not even Oscar believes what he just said. I've been thinking. As far as I'm aware, there was nothing paranormal going on in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by weird little goblin creatures in the woods, while entire buildings are taken over by supernatural creatures. You think there's an inciting event, right? I do. That's my thought too. It was never like this in the holler before. Something must have happened that kicked off all this magic stuff. Whatever the case of this, there must be some way to put this genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find if there have been any similar events and whether there's anything special about the Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town archives are, unfortunately, in the library. I told you putting everything online was important. No one uses paper anymore, Dad. You were right. It'll be my first project if we get the library back. I've learned my lesson. Until then, I'll just have to make do with what I can find online. We'll fill you in on what little we know. You have at least some place to start. We've been finding these weird stone seals. Yeah, let's say that. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There's one in the mines and another in your basement. There might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time. And to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, didn't you say you felt something similar to the mine seal outside the clinic yesterday? I hope that doesn't mean something weird is about to happen there, too. Make sure Pixel stays here, inside, or he might get grabbed by the ditchlings. Yeah, keep the cat inside. Keep the cat inside. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? They snatch animals to do some kind of parasite egg-laying thing, so unless you want one of those things to pop out of Pixel, you better keep him where he's safe. Not Pixel. He's the best cat I ever met. He's like a little dude. How do we know he didn't get infected already? He was out all night. Is he gonna be okay? I think some dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs. I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact, but we'll make sure he stays safe, right, Rosalina? I'm not letting him out of my sight ever again. I think there's something in the clinic. There's this door yesterday. I could feel something pulling me towards it. I see, I'll dig up what I can about the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something haunting this place as well. Oh god, you don't think that's why Reese is sick, do you? He's been sick for years, hasn't he? There's something supernatural causing his illness. It puts a bit of a wrench in our recency theory. It does, but there's more to it than that. Maybe things are being clustered so tightly together it's just a coincidence. Maybe Scarlet Hollow's been weird for a long time and we're just now starting to notice. It took me back-to-back encounters with the paranormal on consecutive nights to even consider that we might be dealing with something supernatural. We need to get Reese out of there before something bad happens to him. Reese mentioned a movie night, right? It's a perfect cover for an investigation. We should investigate the clinic. We mentioned a movie night, right? That could be a cover. Who knows if that would fly with Dr. Kelly, though. After last night, I'm pretty sure she's not going to let us anywhere near her house. If we're going to investigate the clinic, I think we're going to have to break in. Oh, no, absolutely not. It's what Stella would do, and she's been three 3 for 3 this week when it comes to finding spooky stuff. She's also been 3 for 3 when it comes to finding her way into mortal peril. This is why we have to find her way as soon as possible. It shouldn't fall on me to suggest we do something dangerous. I'm terrible at selling it. It's not that I don't think we should figure out what's going on here. We just need to be cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it's to help someone in need, help a friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two and do some research before you do anything rash, okay? I wonder if this is the work of some sort of cult. I'll say that out loud. I don't know, just throwing things out there. I did not mean to click that other thing. I very much did not mean to click that other thing. I saw a bunch of choices, but I just double-clicked. Damn, oh well. Let's not all get satanic panic just yet. I know it's not looking unlikely at this point, but having lived in my town all my life, I feel like I would know if there was some cult that ran the place. A cult doesn't necessarily have to run the town to have an impact here. It doesn't even need to be active. From what I gather, those carvings you've been talking about are old, and whoever left them here is probably long gone. I'll see what I can find, you never know. Let's see, whenever we're doing this, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella. We're burning daylight, let's find out. It sounds like we've got something to work on now. We should head back to looking for Stella. We need to find Stella. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. Let us know what you find. I will. We're going to get to the library back. We are going to get the library back, and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever's wrong with this town. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Yeah. So basically, right here it says I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. But there's no explore right next to it, so that's a solid action. I will continue the story, but I want to talk to everybody else. But I don't want to miss out on this. It's taking us time to go to all these places, but I don't want to miss out on tea with your mom. So let me save. Let me save just in case. Just in case I take too much time doing everything. Okay, let's check the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. Oh, what's his name? Oh, and there's that miner. What? One of these. Oh, no. Him. He's the older gentleman. The diner is busier than you've ever seen it. The small booth's packed with miners. Hey, hope you weren't planning on spending any quality time in the diner today. Looks like we'll be hosting a meeting for the foreseeable future. So I guess this is where the miners are setting up shop. This is great for business. These fellas can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. The miners didn't even notice you enter the diner. Instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other. Hold on. The miners didn't even notice you enter the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I'd like more vacation days. I love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, trust me. The longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but you figure you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. That uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pay us just enough to survive, but not much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. But we could get fired for this. We really need the paycheck. I can't get fired, and the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades, taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't going towards property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here, so long as we're united. Hey, have you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turn toward the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. Oh, now they notice me? The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we've got a lot going on today. We'd appreciate it if you didn't butt in. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. Thanks, Avery. Weigh in on Harrison's situation. What do you want to do, Harrison? Join the strike? Harrison, unite the fellow workers. Don't let them pressure you, Harrison. What do you want to do? I don't know. This ain't your business, and those sort of questions are exactly what someone trying to break the strike would be asking. Come on now, I don't think Anthony was trying to break your strike. And how would you know that? This person's a stranger and a Scarlet. Hold your horses there, Zax. I don't care if you all stand for a good cause. I don't care how much bacon and eggs you've bought. If you start a fight in my establishment, you're out. Let's handle this like civil adults. You heard the lady. Don't get involved, or we'll have to take this outside. I just want the record to show that just because I'm currently standing next to Tabitha's cousin doesn't mean I am friends with Tabitha. Does not mean I am friends with Tabitha's cousin. Damn, it's like that. It's like that, Kanika. Really, damn. Okay. I barely know this person. Oh, thanks for having my side, Kanika. Though that is very real, though. That is very real. She does not want to also get jumped, and that is very real. Oh man, oh dear. Give me a sec. Clip that. There we go. Okay. So, about the strike. You really think we're going to talk to you, kid, after what you just tried to pull with Harrison? We're not fools. We're not about to talk up with a strikebreaker. If the mine fails, none of you are going to be able to have jobs left to strike over. Look, I support you guys, but maybe you can save this until next week. Tabitha's mom just died. This whole strike thing seems hardly fair. I may be the boss's cousin, but I support the strike. Do you think I like Tabitha? You've met her, right? Let me promise you that our blood relationship means nothing. No, it's harsh. I don't actually have a horse in this race. I didn't even know Scarlet Hollow existed until a few days ago. Maybe I could convince Tabitha to back down. I'm not a snitch. Drop it. What do I feel about this? I'm not sure I really feel much of anything about this. Like, I know Tabitha should provide more vacation days. And seeing that guy get fired, like, just for, what was it, being late? I'm not sure. But, yeah, I feel like she should add more benefits and more vacation days. It is a mine, after all. So, maybe I convinced Tabitha to back down. I'll believe it when I see it. Let's just back off. We're here to find Stella, not hassle Tabitha overworked employees. I guess we should get going. You turn and leave the diner, Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Then there's the mines. There's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin, since they're friends. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves on the outskirts of Scarlet Mines. Oh wow, yeah, protesters. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet Mines. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're still in the middle of all this. Look out, fellas, that's the boss's cousin. And Zach said these kids were just down at the diner acting suspicious. Don't engage. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. Collectively ignore you. Look, I know you have well-deserved bone to pick with the Scarlets, but Stella doesn't have anything to do with the strike. Have you seen her or not? The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we know if she come by. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Can't say we'll be much help, though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. Why are the cops here? I mean, it's a protest. Cops are going to be around the protest. Miss Scarlet requested we supervise the situation. The mine's the source of a lot of jobs in the town, and she just wanted to make sure nobody did anything hasty while expressing their concerns. That's a polite way of saying that they're here to intimidate us. A little reminder from the boss that she owns more than just the coal mines. Simmer down, nobody is here to intimidate anyone, but the Scarlet mines are private property. Miss Scarlet has every right to request some oversight during a tense situation. There's a lot more of us than there are of you. Let's just go. Okay, that was... I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross the picket line? Street Smart, you don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. The map you found on Stella's computer was practically a handbook for breaking into this place. Okay, but you'll let me through, right? Come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going through here? I have my cousin's phone number, I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're striking. Sneak in? Let me go with Street Smart. Because, yeah, what are y'all expecting? I have her number, we talk all the time, I just want to be face to face with her. If Zach doesn't trust you, then I don't trust you. I don't care how charming you are. Now, Davis, you know y'all can't block people from going inside. There ain't a union, it ain't a legal strike. You're lucky Miss Scarlet hasn't ordered us to escort you off the private property. Whose side are you on? The town's, of course, and I'll have you know that Miss Scarlet's exercising quite a bit of restraint right now. It's well within her rights to have us escort you all off her private property. Go ahead and see your cousin. Well, I'm not crossing the picket line, and besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van, and you go talk to her. See you on the other side. It's quite hot. It's quiet today, empty beyond the ruckus of the front gate. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Knock or enter? Let me knock. You wait a moment. No response. Enter. Walk in on a meeting? Oh. I think I can turn at least a few of the guys if you fire Davis. Oh my god, have you heard of knocking? What are you doing up here? Should I go? Yeah, and make sure no one sees you. No one else, at least. Rodriguez the rat, I see. Hey, I got kids to take care of, and I can't miss a paycheck. And this is a right-to-work state. There's nothing wrong with me trying to keep food on the table. Don't say another word, just leave. I'll handle this. The door clicks closed, and as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Please, just forget anything you heard, okay? Good idea firing Davis. He seems to be the leader. It'll probably sink morale. Fire Davis, don't fire Davis. Meh. I don't think you should fire Davis. They really start hating you then. You can salvage this if you just need to hear them out. He seems well liked. You know what? Let me try to have a plan about this. I think I should try to convince my cousin to give the strikers more rights as employees. It looks like I'm having an ad break, but let me just talk through it. I think that the employees should get what they want to a limit. To a limit. They should have more vacation days. They should have a bit, just a tiny, tiny bit of a payment increase. They should very much have more medical benefits. They work in mines. They're going to get a toxic lung or whatever that disease that coal miners get. They mine coal. They're going to get black lung. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, black lung. So they should get medical benefits. Also, I think they all should outright have gas masks, because I didn't see a single gas mask the whole time I'm here. She should very much provide gas masks. Also, is OSHA involved at all? I feel like they should pretty much get an OSHA person to get over here, just to make sure everything is safe. He seems to like they'd make him a martyr and it would strengthen the strike. It seems like a mean thing to do. I mean, they already really, really hate her, so I don't think this sentence really helps. But making him a martyr would just strengthen the strike. That's my main concern, too. He's also a good employee. There's a reason he's so well liked. People listen to him. They trust him. I'll be careful about this. I'm not going to do anything hasty. I can wait to see where this goes. I'm not going to undermine you. We're good. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can be on your side for this strike. Have you talked to them? Do you know what they want? Tabitha, I don't know if we can be friends if you break the strike. Have you talked to them? Do you even know what they want? Not yet, but I'm sure that whatever their demands are, I can't meet them. I don't know how much I can actually do to make people happy. The mine has been run like this for decades. If I change anything, the whole thing could collapse. That's why you adapt. You adapt. If it's been run a certain way for decades, as in more than 20 years, then I think there needs to be an update. You need to add some stuff, more safety precautions and stuff. Metaphorically, I mean. But if I'm right, and things pick up soon, maybe I'll be able to give everybody a raise or shorter shifts. Yes, there. I'm not a monster. It's not like I enjoy working people so hard, but it's the only thing paying the bills. And it's not the end of the world if the mines fail or if the town's economy collapses. People can move. People can rebuild. Like I said earlier, sell the estate, get out of here. The mine is dying. This whole town is dying. Look, I get it, but you can at least hear them out. You can drop the whoa act on me. You're the boss. Suck it up and take less of a paycheck so you can pay your employees. That's mean. You can end this right now. Just figure out what they want and give it to them. Maybe you can meet them halfway. Maybe you can meet them halfway. I don't even know if halfway would be enough. You won't know unless you talk to them. Okay, you're right. Maybe I will. I just need to be careful. I don't want to be the Scarlet that finally runs this place to the ground, and I don't make promises that I can't keep. Look, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a friendly face, but you shouldn't be up here. This is my battle to fight. Stella is missing. We've been looking all over town for her and don't have any leads. Tabitha groans. You don't think, Wayne... That's what I'm worried about it. You said yourself he didn't have it in him. There wasn't any evidence that he'd been in her house or signs of a struggle. Wayne's my friend. He wouldn't hurt the people I care about. That's not what he said, though. That's not what he said. She'll turn out pretty sure she needed to be alone. That's what I'm worried about. There wasn't any evidence that he'd been in her house or signs of a struggle. How do we know she even went home last night? She ran off in the opposite direction. She did. Seems like at least she went home to grab some food. Stella's been known to disappear for days while doing her videos, but I think we both know that's not what's going on. I'll see if I can figure something out. Do you have time to hang out later? I miss you. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to keep looking for Stella. I'll see you tonight. Let me know when you find her, okay? I don't want to sit around worrying about her all day. Tabitha's phone buzzes. I better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Anthony. Call me if you run into any more trouble, but please don't go looking for any today, alright? I don't need you going missing too. Aw, she cares. The little tsundere cares. You leave the office, closing the door behind you. Picket line, visit the mines. You find Kanika waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. You look back at the striking miners. Warn them about Rodriguez's scheme. Do I tell them? Do I tell them? Warn them about Tabitha possibly firing somebody? Do I keep it to myself? Keep it to myself. I don't want to stir anything. You don't need to go around spilling Tabitha's secrets. I feel like we're done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us to town and we can figure out our next move from there. What was that? Pardon me, y'all hear that popping noise? I have no idea what that was. That was loud. Yeah, pardon me, just looking around my room. What the heck that popping sound was? I don't see anything on the floor. Nothing on the floor. Oh well. Yeah, oh welly well. Huh. Where to next? How about the church? The church? What, do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? She seemed really shaken up. It's not unlikely. I don't know if she'll be there. I just want to talk to the pastor. I want to be thorough. I feel like some spiritual cleansing after what we've been through. Holy water and crosses. It's not unlikely. You're right. Stranger things have happened. Let's make it quick, though. I don't want him trying to rope me into some church event. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where is that weirdo? My, 3 visitors at once. On a Thursday, this is unprecedented. But there's only 2 of us. Oh no. Were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Sup, old people? Oh, it's Zane. Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I have had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if faith held my answers for me. Alas, I have not found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work its way into your heart, but when it does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hoped maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've neither seen hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over the alpacas. Over by the alpacas? Oh, over there. Over there. Though, Anthony, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. Sure, what's up? I guess I'll leave you to it while I check with Janie. Yeah, let her talk to her. Kanika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm so glad you decided to come to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems all on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there ready to help them. If only they let him into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart towards the alpacas. Okay, good, she's gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Oh, he cares way too much about his appearance. You are extremely creepy. I don't think you're creepy at all. Personally, I like the cut of your jib. You guys said you smiled through her dad's funeral. That is something I do want to bring up, but I'm only allowed to say one thing. So let me go with my street smart stuff. You care too much about what other people think of you. If you want people to like you, you have to not care whether they like you. That's a harsh truth you're slinging at me. It wasn't always like this, you know. Believe it or not, before I moved to Scarlet Hollow, I used to be pretty popular. I was one of the cool kids over at Harvard Divinity School. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back in the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are you going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. I can't help but notice how she keeps looking this way. That strip just keeps on looking this way. I hope she didn't see one of those ditchlings and wants to go follow it. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I have to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately. It's really dangerous, even for adults. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like a part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip had made some imaginary friends, and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there, like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us that it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. I don't like that. Flipping in most horror stories, the kid that has an imaginary friend is probably talking to a ghost. That's how it is in most horror stories. The little kid talking to a ghost. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally behind a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Titanos Lake. Stella told me about that. Titanos Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that. Or if it would make it sound more alluring. How big is a trash dump we're talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying about imaginary friends? Stella and her friends used to play out here all the time, and none of them got sick or died. I think that's some fun. The trash heap sounds awesome. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything that puts a kid in danger. But what were you saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, especially the trash heap situation. Street Smart, this man is lying to you. In fact, he's been lying since the moment he mentioned these imaginary friends. Whatever his daughter has been talking to is real, and he knows it. Sounds to me like you know exactly what she's been talking to. This is why this is why I chose Street Smart. Catching a lie. Daniel's eyes go wide for just a second. I don't. Yes, he does. He obviously does. He hunches his shoulders, his voice suddenly quiet. There are rats in the church. There, I said it. It's embarrassing, but she saw one at some point and she can hear them scurrying around the walls, and she's decided they're her little friends. Please, keep this between us. Don't tell Janie. I don't want her knowing that the church is in such rough shape. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we've had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Yeah, he just cares way too much about other people's opinion. Like, just way too much. Kanika starts back down the path to town you follow. Okay, I got an achievement for visiting the church. Okay, now that we put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? Did he say anything weird? Nosy, are ya? Let the man have his privacy. You want to know why everyone in town thinks he's creepy. Everyone in town is so mean to him. He's a nice guy. Tulips apparently had some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check that out this week. Yeah, this is important. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says that there's a rat in. I didn't want to say that though. I didn't want to say that. The rats are our friends. I don't know. It seemed weird. Okay, as much as I hate going back there, I guess that's a loose lead. If we don't have anything else to investigate once we find Stella and Kanika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, then maybe we can look around the church. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? As you consider your next steps, you remember your appointment with Sybil. She seemed to be confident last night that Stella would be okay. Maybe she'll be able to help you find her. Street Smart, she's the only person who believed you and Stella from the beginning. She could prove to be a valuable asset. Hot. She gives you free tea. She's so nice. I'm out. I don't think this right here should have even been included. Hot. And she gives you free tea. She's so nice. That shouldn't even be a hot thing. This just feels like this pointless extra text. We should talk to your mom. I'm supposed to have tea with her today. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Alright, we made it in here. Let me save. Let me save because we did a whole lot. We did a whole lot. So let me save. There. The bells of the general store chime welcoming as you two enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to be in bed today, remember? And hello, Anthony. Hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing, and Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spraying that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Anthony about. I'm feeling really okay. I want to hear what you said what you wanted to say to him. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? ... Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Yeah, she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to see it. She's bored. She does not like it. Bye, Anthony. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Street Smart, good thing Kanika has her mom looking out for her. She seemed so tired today, and you'll probably be able to find Stella without her. I did not notice she was that tired, huh? Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow Sybil to the tea room. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. Grow lights? I've only ever heard of those. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. The smell light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. She looks really pretty right here. No joke. Despite her age, she looks really pretty in this image. It's the same tea she brought you on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're alone. Until then, how about we just chat? Sip my tea. I got an achievement for sipping the tea. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced by the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. Let me sip my own tea. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. She looks a little bit cross-eyed right here. Like this face she's making, she looks like a tiny bit cross-eyed, or like she's looking at my forehead, like there's something on my forehead that she's looking at. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales from my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating for a bit of dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlin was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace, and considering more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Perlin and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. How do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much that I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The youngest died when the girls were still young. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been noteworthy ever since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something, just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she had been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother, maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had always been born by men. Been born by then. I don't know why I thought that said men. Born by then. Of course, she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. What's wedlock? I don't know what wedlock is. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. Quit yanking me around. You have something to tell me, just come out and say it. That's rude. What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, come out and say it. Go out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me the full picture. Well, okay. You close your eyes and take another sip, then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empty save for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating at the bottom. Oh good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you and staring thoughtfully down the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, and difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what that is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. It's gotta be Pixel or maybe Frou-Frou. Those two cats I know. Dear, the cat isn't a literal cat. Like I said, it's a symbol for an enemy lurking in plain sight, probably a human enemy, but almost certainly not a cat. You don't have to figure it out right away. It takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard. Keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek those carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to the door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return to the door and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later, maybe you can find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. Street Smart, you didn't get all this from the tea leaves. Of course she didn't. She's smart. She knows how to deduce things from the leaves. Of course not. Tea leaves are merely a guide. Sometimes they can help confirm suspicions or fill where my intuition falls apart. My family has lived in these hills a long time, as has yours. I know the Scarlets have secrets. I know Vivian was scared of you, but that your place in all this is something we have to figure out together. And that's where little tricks like tea leaves come in handy. But we shouldn't digress. Do you know where we can find the next stone? There's another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you nearly all the way to the second story, and she never locks any of the doors up there. Just in case, that's helpful information. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. You helped last night. Why don't you come with me? I may have been able to see through the spirit's illusions, but I'm not some kind of all-powerful entity. I'm an old woman. I have trouble with my knees, and my eyesight isn't as what it used to be. In most situations, I'd be more of a liability than a helpful companion. I imagine if I'd been in those mines with you, some use I'd be, struggling to climb over rocks and ladders, throwing my back out from all the crouching. All you did was look at some leads and tell me to go put myself in danger. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. I want luck. Give me luck. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flatten the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Miles, you're in the exact same spot you were in today, in the exact same posture. Do you ever go anywhere else? Is your mom a witch? Ghosts are real, that's thought you should know. So Kanika has a cold, huh? You see any weird rocks around town? No, I'm done hanging around rocks after the whole thing in the mine. Is your mom a witch? Yeah, she's way too obvious about it if you ask me. It's pretty cool, though. Ghosts are real, just thought you should know. Yeah, I know, I have YouTube. Yeah, he's just so chill. He's just one of those types of guys who are just always on the internet and don't care much about whatever's going on around them. So Kanika has a cold, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Why? Do you like my sister or something? Is she single? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I haven't thought about it much. I mean, I don't like her. I'm just worried about her. Now that she kind of sucks. I'm just kind of worried about her. You shouldn't be. Go check on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. Knock. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Anthony, what's up? Okay, come in. I was hoping to spend some time together. I need to talk to you. It's important. I could use a breather. Bring Kanika with me? Like, maybe it's, I could have an extra body. No, I'm not gonna bring her with me. It might be dangerous. Let me just talk. It's important. Sorry, Anthony, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. It looks like you're on your own. Oh, can't even talk. Okay. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill past the rows of ragged houses that make up the Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed on your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. And I see the ditchlings. I see the ditchlings over here. There's a raccoon here, there's a ditchling here. All over the place. It should take you directly to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. Go to the terrace? Just go through the clinic door. Make your way up the hill onto the terrace. What does going to get to the terrace have to do with hot? Now it says street smart. So let me go at street smart since I'm being sneaky. It's a doctor's office, not Fort Knox. Why would the clinic door even be locked? You clearly make your way up the old wooden doors of the clinic porch, avoiding any suspicious creaky footsteps. You press the door open, just faintly free to slip in, but not enough to risk any sound from the door's ancient hinges. You can see the doc at the desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please, or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around the corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. I kind of wouldn't do that since I'm sneaking, but oh well. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. Anthony, what are you doing in the morgue? But, hi. Vampire! You haven't seen Stella, have you? She's been missing since last night. Oh my god, you died and she Frankensteined you to life. Am I interrupting something? Okay, I have to ask, are you human? She killed you. What are you doing in the morgue? I'm just gonna pretend I never saw this. I bet he's just pretending. He's a sick person. He's depressed. He likes drawing horror stuff. He's just being emo right now. He's just being emo and goth and pretending to be dead. Let me get straight down to business. You haven't seen Stella, have you? She's been missing since last night. I haven't. Did you think you'd find her in the morgue? His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Everything is turning colors. Oop. Follow the pull. You touch the wall, and it feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. Let me inside. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind the wall. There's a stone carving on the other side of the wall that I need to see. Yeah, let me just be clear about it. There's some kind of magic shit going on, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the dock out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the dock out of our hair? Please, yes please, axe now. Sounds great. Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing to do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway. How'd you learn that little trick? Use what you got and get what you need, no shame in that. Doesn't that make her worry about you even more? Use what you got. Exactly. Yes, please, axe now. Wow, you are super desperate about this wall. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs move swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open door at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try some juice, keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I got an errand to run on the main street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. Oh, hold on. Alright. I think she should be suspicious that he's saying Mom instead of Doc. But yeah, because last time he was just calling her mom Doc, his mom Doc, the whole entire time. So I think she would probably pick up on that. You hear her footsteps down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. Also, let me tell you all what just happened. Why I just muted myself for just a moment, for just a quick second. My sister came into my room, to either purposely bother me, as per what sisters do, or to ask me something, but saw that I was streaming, but immediately backed off. But then she just came back in just now, just to turn on my AC, and not even leave my door open, like she probably wanted. She likes to turn on my AC in my room, and then keep my door open so that some of the AC cool air gets into her room. But she just turned on the AC and then left and then closed the door behind her, which means she felt how hot this room is I'm in, because it is hot in my room. I am really sweating. I am sweating quite a bit. She turned on the AC just because she saw that I was hot. I love her. I love her so much. I was really planning on keeping the AC off for as long as possible, just so you don't have to deal with any background static. But yeah, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. It worked. The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in his place. Come on up, we don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. Pick up the document and read later. You screw up the folder and tucking the document in for later perusal because, yeah, we're trying to be quick. We're trying to be quick. Reach watches you with curiosity. Stealing medical documents? If my family is gonna keep secrets from me, I better learn what I can. Totally, stealing anything you need to. You've got a mystery to solve. I'm not gonna stand in your way. Let's check the medical supply room next. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in here, though. That might really get you in trouble. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. Come on, let's keep looking. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. Yeah, it's behind this box. Or can we just break the glass? We better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I need to steal an axe after we've had a chance to use it. There must be a key in here somewhere. If he stops as if listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. Uh-oh. As if on cue, you hear the front door to the clinic open and close, the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hall. Footsteps down the hall. That was quick. That was quick. How far or close is the general store from here? I feel like it should have been at least more than 5 minutes. Like she should have been gone like at least more than 5 minutes. Is it just around the corner? Like literally around the corner? She's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into the small space as best as you can. He attempts to slide in after you. Let him in. Is this the right choice? I'm not sure if this is the right choice. So let me save. If it's not the right choice, I'll say the other thing. Let him in. You make space, he slips right in next to you, closing the door just enough so that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And then she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way back down the hallway. We better wait a second just in case. Flirt with Reese? No. Quietly wait for the danger to pass. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed to the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His voice swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. Let Reese handle it. You watch while he rifles through the drawers, content to let him figure it out. Soon there's a jingle of keys, and he turns to you, victorious. There we go. They're even color-coded. She made this too easy. Reese pauses to look at the plant on the table. That was weird of her to drop that off, right? Why would she put some alien-looking fruit in the supply room? Yeah, I don't know what that is. That looks like those plants you see in trees that are like those balls of thorns. They're like thorn ball plants. They're usually like right in front of schools, but it's red. She's not a pharmacist. She's not supposed to make her own medicine. This room is for storing stuff she orders from actual pharmacists. I doubt it's decorative. Who cares? We got bigger fish to fry. It is weird. Maybe we should do some snooping. Maybe there's some information on it somewhere in here. Let's take it with us and look it up later. We could always eat it and see what it does. No. Maybe there's some information on it somewhere in here. Yeah, maybe. But before you get a chance to look, Reese jerks his head and looks towards the door. Shit, that was the door from the house. We gotta run. We gotta have the action go. You grab the axe and follow Reese's instruction. Once again, starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We did actually have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird noises, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown it all out, that industrial clanging you listen to. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in the refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. Wall, now, yes? Wall. Let's do this. May I make the first blow? You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down. I should warn you, something spooky might happen. You listen to music that sounds like a wall? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy. It's exactly the cover we need. Stop asking questions. It's time for you to see what's on the other side of the wall. Alright. May I make the first blow? Go for it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. I think you should play the music before I start axing the wall. But the first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There is a structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what awaits you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effect. Admire your effort. Holy shit. The splintered edge framed and a dark passage seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from the forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound of the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. You climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing running away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Oh, are you okay? You don't respond. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. And there it is. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing that they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so this mustache man here is Enoch. I have been doing my own research. I found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch. I'm sorry, every time I see witch now, I think of little goody two shoes. Little goody two shoes talking about a witch every single time, every single day. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted out. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Enoch talked to a witch to help cure Teddy. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some sort of weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some sort of seizure. Are you okay? Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? You didn't call an ambulance when I started seizing? I had a vision. Does Dr. Kelly know that I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come into the morgue. Did you really drag me all the way here? I carried you. But you have a delicate constitution. What? It wasn't super far or anything. I just picked you up and carried you. I might be sick a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm made of paper. I can still do things normal people can do. I'm sure I'll pay for it later, though. Okay. I had a vision. Like an hallucination? I have those sometimes too. I used to have them lots as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I still have those documents I swept, right? Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out the file containing medical documents about your family. Perland's death. Cause of death, sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter Tabitha. No autopsy performed? Huh. Everdene's death. Born 1913, died 2003. Age 89, cause of death, heart failure, signed by her granddaughter Perland Scarlet. Pretty normal, almost made it to 90, died of a normal old person illness. And Enoch's death. Enoch Scarlet, born 1887, died August 1957, age 69. Nice. Cause of death, fall from a cliff. Huh. This one has the coroner's report attached. Organ sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great heights. Other death certificates. You quickly flip through a few other Scarlets whose names aren't quite familiar. Theodore Scarlet, 1890, died 1918. Cause of death, crushed and mind collapse, body not recovered, signed by his brother Enoch. Teddy. Teddy is short for Theodore most of the time, so he died at age 29 in a collapse. Joseph Scarlet, born 1914, died 1944. Louis Scarlet, born 1920, June 1944. A lot of the male Scarlets seem to have died in a collapse. Killed at Normandy in the line of duty. Oh, okay. These must have been Everdene's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy Andrew Charles Scarlett, delivered 1945, stillborn, mother Edwardine. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. Street smart, there's no doctor present at the birth and a home burial. There's some information missing here. Alexandra Scarlett, born December 1947, died 1957, age 9, missing, presumed dead, signed by mother Edwardine. So one child was stillborn. Hold on, let me look at the... Oh, I forgot I had this. Let me take a good look at the dialogue. Infant boy Andrew, well, there's Edwardine in 1955. And 2 years after, 1945. Yeah, 2 years after, had a daughter, but went missing at age 9. Alexandra, the owner of the doll, so she went missing. Maribel Scarlett, September 1949, died 1963 at age 17. Because of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother Everdeen Scarlett. Huh. Got an achievement. Time to whip out the old string and corkboard. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. I think these visions are things that actually happened. Whatever these visions are, they're making me very suspicious of my family. These carvings are clearly drilled in some big gas pocket. I mean, that's the rational explanation. Excuse me. I think these carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. An old family like yours, I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history, though. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc is still on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked the door? It was just a precaution. I don't think I can underestimate her at this point. For the first time in a while, I don't feel like roadkill, and I'd rather keep it that way. I don't need her coming down here and forcing any medicine on me and doing God knows what to you to keep me quiet. Oh yeah, sleepover, but I need to leave. Makes sense. But now we're just locked downstairs. So what's your plan with that exactly? Good, because it's time to figure out a game plan. How are we supposed to get out? I don't think you're acting rationally. So you're holding me hostage here until what exactly? So I'm your prisoner? So what's your plan with that exactly? Maybe I panicked a little, but the way she was talking through the door, saying I should take my pills, I just took what few precautions I could. It's not ideal, but at least it buys us time to figure out what to do. We should treat her as a serious threat. This might sound strange, but I think she's gone to some desperate lengths in the past. There are some weird things I have. I always assumed they were just dreams or hallucinations, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, and pardon me, I do have another incoming ad break. It's coming in about 30 seconds. Once again, I will keep on continuing to play through the ad. Hopefully nothing too important happens during the 1.5 minute ad that plays. I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement. We can figure out what to do from there. Why didn't you take your medicine exactly? Because it makes me feel like shit. It was fine, yeah. I was fine yesterday until the doc made me take my pills, and I was fine all day today. What's the harm in going a day without, right? And now I'm not taking it. It's like all these weird little memories have come rushing back. Bad memories. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think she wants me to be healthy. I don't think she wants me to see people. And now that I'm waking up to that truth, I don't think there's any going back for either of us. I'm leaving. Let's find a distraction until it's safe to leave. How are we supposed to pass the time until it's safe to leave? A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. I believe you owe me a showing of Shino-Chi Deathblood. Do whatever it is you do to kill time, preferably something that'll help me ignore my mounting anxiety. What if she doesn't fall asleep? You shouldn't call her mom. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. That's kind of harsh. I can't wait for her to be in the rear view mirror for the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. I believe you owe me a showing of Shino-Chi Deathblood. I believe I do. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread is managing to build its palpable in the room, or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. What with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that its inhabitant has been practically homebound since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. What do you mean? Or talk to people, ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of internet. He got all wide-eyed for a moment. Has his ears been that pointy? He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. I'm glad you'll be able to have a social life, and I'm happy to be part of it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. First we have to get out of this basement. Shush, I'm watching the movie. Hopefully he's not secretly a vampire. Because I noticed his teeth got a little bit sharp there. Let's see. Should I just keep on watching the movie? The plan was to keep on watching the movie until the mom gets tired. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. Let's let the film speak for itself. Yeah, his teeth look a little bit sharp. Y'all notice that? If his eyes turn red, I'm gonna try to get the hell out of here. A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together you can realize the fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. The movie is too chill for you right now. Maybe we should figure out how to leave. Reese, you feeling okay? Let me just decide. You feeling okay? I'm just jittery. I had a really weird day, and I think being down here is making me anxious. I'm all hopped up on adrenaline. Maybe waiting out the dock was a bad idea. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that she'll figure out that we're onto her, and it would be too easy for her to lock me up again, and be thorough about it this time. There's a knock at the window. Oh, hello. Hi, Wayne. Anthony, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. It's that who's been following you around? Without a word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't gonna hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Why did he call you that thing? You're being weird, man. I don't need you to protect me. I think you might be overreacting. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster, and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Anthony. Uh-oh. The window shatters. Uh-oh. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvas as his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Is he a vampire? Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Uh-oh. I'ma run. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by a chair. Throw the chair. And then blocked by something else, too. Try and tear through them. You toss the chair out of the way and do your best to tear through the substance covering the door. They reform and regenerate too quickly for you to claw your way out. Defeated, you turn back to the basement. The remainder of Reese's paintings await their artist's command. It's okay, stay right there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt you anymore. Anyone, I'll be right back. Uh-oh. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his creations. Call Tabitha for help. Try to warn Dr. Kelly. I'm not sure who can help. Best to follow Reese and see how things go. Try and leave. Warn the doctor. You make your way to the door that beckoned you to you yesterday, all intrigued now, washed away. You know where it leads. You know what secrets the stone was that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there is a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Street Smart Dr. Haley emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You distinctly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck! Duck? Okay, duck! Someone says duck, you duck. Someone says duck, you duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn and see the dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving the heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you bit. No. How did you? It's Wayne. As if you could try to hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Reese's panic pulling in the mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. Coming out of the woodwork. The doctor runs, but Wayne is getting overwhelmed. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Run to a nearby room, run after Dr. Kelly. You run forward, braving the onslaught of Reese's creations, dodging them as best as you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out from an unseen speaker. You, Anthony. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. You survived. What's going on? What the hell is your son? I'm sure Wayne can handle it. What the hell is your son? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was gonna be a bitch, but they didn't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Head to the medical storage room. Okay, so she's in her safe room, but she can talk to me through there, through the intercoms. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get to the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled counter fentanyl. Excuse me, sorry. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna cut it anymore. Hey, hey, Reese. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Anthony, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else, just her. And if you don't, you and I both know she's going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. He has a point. No, you've become a demon and or vampire. I'm not gonna let you kill anyone, Reese. Can't you do two this girl get along? I don't feel like I should be getting in the middle of this. I just want to go home. I'm on Reese's side. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. Wayne, help me. Can't you just get along? I'm not going to let you kill anyone, Reese. Wayne, help me. He's a little tied up at the moment. Not anymore. Reese cries out in pain. Yeah, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. Okay, so here's my thing about Wayne. So, he threatened Stella last episode. Or he said something that vaguely sounded like a threat. Thing is, he straight up said that he would protect me because I'm important. So, while I believe he's a revenant, he might be a spirit that's possessing Wayne, the body of Wayne. I do think he's going to help me out in the way that he finds the most efficient. That may include harming people I know and care about, though, which is a problem. But if he can protect me from immediate danger, then yes, I'd rather have him as, you know, a body to shield me. So yes, calling out to him. I feel like calling out to him was a good idea. Let's try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. Grab the tranquilizers. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. Okay, then head to the safe room. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mess of paint sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for long. Yeah, those things are trying to keep it shut or something. You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. Stomp. Oh, it's fleshy. She stomps on it, painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets down here. What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it finally come in handy. Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go on. I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra: thickening nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out by a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared he could see that and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off or maybe a hallucination. But the second time it wasn't as subtle. It didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know that what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this, maybe about 4. Depending on what counts, this is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages, so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. What is he? I want to know, how did you know what medications to use to treat this? Because this is very specific. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf, but if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him, and you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him, or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Reese kind of just happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was so terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was going to be sunshine and roses forever, so so no matter what, kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worst. This is part of being a mom too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side comes out of him. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets flustered with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day and turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. He is indeed a menace to society. That doesn't mean he's dangerous. I mean, you are the biggest threat to him. He's the big... Oh, come on, I'm not saying that. Why not just kill him? He's been kind to me. What you're doing is difficult, but it's necessary. Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? I can fix him! Well, I feel like certain people might try to say this, but I don't think I can. Why not just kill him? I'm not saying that. He's been kind to me. Difficult but necessary. Do you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, don't preach to me. Is he a sweet kid most of the time? Absolutely. And Ted Bundy was sweet to people he picked up off the side of the road. Didn't mean he didn't go and slaughter them anyway. I know what my son is capable of, so my job is to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. Leave it at that. What's the game plan, both short-term and long-term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And if you can't, has that worked before? Maybe you manage to find a way out and kill you? There has to be some other way. It's just gonna make him feel trapped. It sure is, especially since I'll have to isolate him even more now that he knows what's going on. He's going to hate me. But you gotta work with what you've been given, and what I've been given is an ethical dilemma where I either let my son kill me, freeing him to go out and kill others, or imprison him for the rest of his life and force feed him poison to keep him controllable. Or third option, kill him. I'll decide which outcome I can live with. While we're at it, any other secrets? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say this shit all out loud. So, now that I am on your secrets, I guess we're kind of a team, huh? I'm not going to flirt with her. I kind of want to flirt with her, but I shouldn't. It's a hot thing. It's a specific hot thing. I kind of want to save Scuff, I guess. Because I'm just saying the flirty thing right now. I am going to click the flirty thing, but I'm just saying the flirty thing because it's a hot thing specifically, not because I want to be romantically interested in her. I still have all my eyes on Stella, but I'm gonna say the flirty thing because it's specifically only there because I am a hot. I am a hot, as the game put it previously. So now that I'm all in on your secrets, I guess we're kind of a team, huh? Kid, you're at least a decade too young for me. Am I? Am I, though? The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Get those tranks ready. We have to get this door open before he crosses the hallway. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. There's more of the painting things. And there he is. Ooh, is he getting bigger? He looks bigger. Ooh. Hi. Yeah, he's definitely getting bigger. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. Why haven't you already loaded them? Why haven't you already loaded them? t t tame the beast. Save Scuff. If I can do this simply by being a hot, if I can make him calm the hell down by being a hot, let me try. You step forward. Place a calming hand on his face. She's only doing this to protect herself. Show her you're not a monster. Back down. Someone has to stop the cycle of violence. Let it be you. She loves you, Reese. Leave now before you do something you regret. Revenge only feels good in the moment. Don't be a murderer. Someone has to stop this cycle of violence. Let it be you. Let me go with this. But he stammers. His unnaturally stretched mouth struggles with the words. For God's sake, Anthony, get away from him! He stares up at the woman in the doorway behind you. There's something pained in his expression beyond the rage he feels for her. Reese's gaze returns to you, sadness in his eyes. I'm not a monster. He takes a step back, and then he's gone. You can hear his thudding footsteps receding down the hall, then the faint sound of the front door. Wow, that actually worked. And I got an achievement. I didn't see what the achievement was. How the hell did you manage that? Because I'm a hot. People are nice to me. We have a bond. I don't know. You just needed a third party to mediate. I didn't care if he ate me. I think that threw him off. I hope he's gonna be okay out there. I hope he's gonna be okay out there. So do I. He's dangerous. He could hurt other people, and they might hurt him back. Dr. Kelly carefully makes her way to the entrance of the clinic, checking around corners, and you follow close behind. He's long gone. The door to the clinic hangs open, the night beyond seemingly empty. You should go after him. He's all keyed up. If I don't do something, he might go after somebody else. I don't think he'll give you a second chance. You don't have to worry about him. Let him leave the nest. It's about time he figured out his own way in the world. Let it go, Doc. Give him a chance to be free. Let him leave the nest. It's about time he figured out his own way in the world. I shudder to think what that means for someone like him. She sighs. But it's dark. He has better night vision than me. Going after him now would probably just end poorly. Hope you knew what you were doing. If I'm being honest with myself, it's been a long time coming. I couldn't keep this up forever. Something was bound to break eventually. And I suppose I should be grateful it didn't end with any of us dead yet. Dr. Kelly glances around the clinic streaked with paint from Reese's minions. Oh yeah, there's still paint dripping around everywhere. He could have made less of a mess of the place though. I've got to get to cleaning. I appreciate it if you got the hell out of my house now. Okay. You do as the doctor says, walking out into the open door into the cool night. I would have liked if Reese just went right back to being his normal self, his normal body, and we told him exactly what the doctor told me. Like this, the medicine is to keep him calm and everything, to make sure he doesn't transform like that. Like, I really do wonder how things would have changed if Dr. Kelly had just been completely honest with him for years ago. Like, he just outright said, this is why you need pills, because of this. You become a big old paint demon, if you do. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream. And now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Go home? I still haven't found Stella. It's time to go home. You don't get far before you're interrupted by the jingling of dog tags. Gretchen appears at the end of the road. Gretchen? Running as fast as her geriatric pug legs can carry her. Where's Stella? Gretchen seems distressed. She whines as she stares up at you from the ground, eyes desperate, anxiously jumping back and forth and darting away when you try to lean down to her. Good doggy, pat her head. Gretchen, where's Stella? Was that girl Stella stuck in the well? Follow her. Sorry, Gretchen, I'm really tired. Follow her. Follow her. Follow Gretchen. But if you know if a dog is trying to get your attention but won't let you like outright grab it or pet it or like that, it's trying to lead you somewhere, especially if it's a dog you know. You follow Gretchen. She nervously runs ahead of you the whole time, constantly looking back to make sure you're still there as she leads you into the dark woods. There she is! There she is! Before long, the trees thin, and you find yourself on a steep hill with a 2-lane road, lined on one side by sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. Gretchen runs up to her and sits in Stella's lap. For a second, I thought Stella was injured. The way Gretchen was acting, I was thinking Gretchen was injured in some way. Gretchen, you're back. Don't scare me like that again. You sit on the log beside her. Anthony, did Gretchen run off to find you? Oh my God. How long have I been out here? I'm so sorry, Anthony. What are you doing out here? Yeah, Gretchen found me. She's a good girl. She could have gotten grabbed by ditch and Stella. What were you thinking? Yeah, that is what I was thinking, but I'm not going to say that out loud. I don't want to stress her out even more. Why haven't you been answering your phone? I'm just happy you're okay. I can't believe you've been okay all day. Everyone's been looking for you. Things happened. She's a good girl. What are you doing out here? I'm just happy you're okay. Yeah. I don't know if I am okay. It's a little better now that you're here, but Stella faces you for a moment, desperate eyes trying to force out words a part of her thought she would never have to say out loud. This is where the accident happened. My parents died on this bend of the road. They were taking me to college. I was lying in the back seats. It had just rained, and the sun was finally coming out. Oh. Flashback. And it's animated. Oh, wow. Everything is so bright and sunny. Oh, damn. That truck taking out the whole road. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's the type of accident that would leave the people in the back seat paralyzed. Am I looking at? Oh, the space between the seats in the car. Ooh. Oh, damn. Ooh. Decapitated. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that would traumatize someone for life. Ooh. There's an achievement. Find out what happened to Stella. Sorry, I know that's probably a bummer to talk about. It was awful. Really messed me up for a while. I think I'm still messed up. Yeah, I bet. There's whole years of my life after that incident that feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try to remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. At least it hasn't been like that for a while, thank God. ... Oh, teary eyes. I've never talked about this stuff before with anyone. Take her hand. Still, I'm so sorry. I knew about the crash. I should have put it together. Even Tabitha, thanks for letting me on. Take her hand, hug her. I would hug her. I would hug her like she'd never been hugged before. Take her hand. Taking her hand, you reach out to her, taking her hand. It's warm against the cool night air, and the skin of her knuckles is soft. She finally tears her gaze from the road, her sad eyes meeting yours, but the hint of a smile creeps up the corners of her mouth, her dimples beginning to crease. Her hand shifts, her callous palm fitting into yours, her grip tightening. It's strong and comforting. You can tell she feels held, and so do you. The two of you stare out at the road. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I want to know whether I could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them again. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Put an arm around her shoulder. We can always wait a little longer. Just because they weren't there doesn't mean they don't love you, wherever they are. That's also a thing, yeah. They're probably somewhere better than whatever hell Charlie got trapped in. It's good they're not coming. You don't want that to be ghosts. They died with your future on their minds. First, arm around shoulder. Arm around shoulder. There we go. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. You carefully place your other arm around her shoulders and pull her close to you. You feel her chestnut hair against your neck. She smells like a little sweaty and a little sweet. The faded scent of her shampoo mingling with the natural perfume of her skin. That's so sweet. Let me save this moment just so I can go back to it. It's a sweet moment. Pardon me, what's up? Pardon me a sec. Let me remember what was the button that hides the thing. H. Press H. And get, yeah, a good couple of screenshots of this because this is sweet. There. It's nice. You take a deep breath, stroking her arm with your thumb, letting her lean into you. She rests her head against your shoulder, closing her eyes serenely. That hint of a smile spreads into a barely contained grin that finally chases away the worry in her features. We can sit a little longer. Just because they weren't there doesn't mean they don't love you wherever they are. Just because of that. That's a nice thought. I just thought a lot about what might come after, whether they're somewhere else or if they just stop existing. I guess we've seen at least some evidence of the afterlife. I hope that means that there is a good version too, where they're still on their way on that. A little bit of a tongue twister here. Where they're still on that long car ride, listening to Dad's tapes, with a place in the backseat for me when I eventually catch up to them. And then it won't matter that I never got to say goodbye. Hot flirt. There'd better be space back there for me too. You have a long life ahead of you. Before that, you can always say goodbyes now. They die with your future on their minds. Like this right here seems like the right thing to say, but I'm going to say the hot thing because I am a hot. I am going to say the hot things. There better be space back there for me too. Still laughs. Of course, if that's where you want to be, I'm sure dead me would be happy to share. Hopefully neither of us has to think about that for a long time though. I'd like to spend some living years with you before then. She straightens up, stretching her neck. Gretchen hops down from her lap, tags jingling in the quiet night air. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. Wait, before we go, I should tell you about what happened today. Oh? Yeah, you'd love everything that happened. You relate the events of the evening as best you can. Saying it out loud somehow makes it less real, like you're sharing a plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened to you. Oh my god. So he's just out there somewhere, all monstery? This is a lot to take in. I've known the guy for pretty much my whole life, and I had no idea. I hope he's okay. You know, I think processing just the one traumatic event is enough for today. This new one's going into the void. At least until we get to the end of the week. Let's get out of here. I don't suppose I could ask you to walk me home, but I'd love nothing more. Sure, we're both heading that way anyway. That'll lead the way. I'd love nothing more. Walk with me, Stella. Walk with me. Please walk with me, Stella. You offer her your arm. She smiles, slipping hers into the crook of your elbow. She pulls you closer until the skin of your forearm brushes against her side. And this is me. ... Do you want to come in? Yes. Tap dialogue. Oh, dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character. Ooh. Romance options are an actual legit thing. Ooh, 100% confirmed romance. Will lock you out of romantic arcs with other characters. But I thought you and my cousin had a thing. Isn't she a girl? Well, we already talked about this. She's bi. But about Tabitha, I was hoping you'd ask. I'd love to. Yeah, I feel the same. Wink. Yes, please. Follow her inside, like really different ones. Different romance things. I should really head back to the estate. Tabitha's probably worried about me. I think it's better if we just stay friends. Okay, so I was hoping you'd ask. I'd love to. Romance, start a romance. This is a dating sim, right? Tear down the wall. I got 2 achievements at once. Yay! I started a romance with Stella. Stella's my romance character now. Yay! Stella ushers you inside. A barely contained grin, threatening to split into an excited smile. Let me just go take a shower. I've been sitting outside for a day. I need soap. It'll just take a minute, then we can get cozy. Oh man, I would kill for a shower. Just Stella laughs. Yeah, I'm sure you've built up a lot of grime today. It's all yours when I'm done. Can I come in with you? She hurries off, leaving you and Gretchen in the living room. Gretchen immediately curls up in her bed, clearly exhausted after the day of worrying over Stella. But before she has a chance to fall asleep, a heavy knock startles her, and you. Gretchen growls. There's someone at the door. Nobody's home. Stay stock still and pretend you're not here. I mean, the lights are on. They probably know we're here. Who is it? You know who it is. Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Open the door, please, Anthony. There's still nobody here. I'm sticking with this, putting this right here. And yeah, I don't think Wayne is going to kill me or harm me in any way, but I'm gonna hope he doesn't do anything to Stella because he vaguely threatened Stella. I'm gonna open the door to see what happens. But if this causes anything bad to happen to Stella, I am gonna go ahead and just load back to that save file there. You summon the bravery to cross the room and open the door. Hey, Wayne. Wayne cocks his head, the stain fell over his face, fluttering in the slight breeze outside. Look at you, all leaned over, all casual. Well, firstly, I gotta say, thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne, for defending me. I appreciate it. The outside of his clothes are streaked with what you at first think might be gore, but you quickly realize it's actually paint. And there's a wide claw marks down his shirt. Yeah, we saw that happen earlier. But he's still in one piece after his altercation with Reese. Close the door on him. What do you want? Wayne, I was so worried about you. Dude, get out of here. I'm in the middle of something. I was worried about you. No need to worry. The boy managed to catch me off guard with those little constructs of his, but he wouldn't stand a chance against me without little tricks like that. I won't keep you long. I know you have a warm bed and a warm body to keep you company tonight, but I wanted to give you a suggestion for tomorrow. You should take advantage of Tabitha's advice at the estate. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her around to stop you. Do a little exploring. You might be surprised what you can find. Yes, because at day one, first day I'm here, we broke into that hidden door that's chained up, and we heard piano music playing, even though there shouldn't be any in there. He slowly steps back, shining eyes fixed on you as he disappears into the dark night beyond Stella's door. Gretchen's growls escalate into barks. Calm down, Gretchen. Were you just talking to somebody, Anthony? Ooh. Coming out in the towels. Nice. Ooh, Stella. Ooh, you trust me that much that you come out in a towel just talk to me? Ooh. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ooh. Nah, it's just Christian. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Wayne stopped by. Boy, I sure am tired. I'm not gonna avoid. Scaring off Raccoon. Let me be absolutely honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wayne stopped by. He's still following you? Are you sure we're safe? I hope so. Let's lock the door. Lock the doors and hope for the best. I think he's on our side. You don't have to worry about him. I think he's on our side. You think so? I guess that's good. I still don't love the thought of him stopping by unannounced at odd hours of the night, though. But you'll let us know if he tries anything, right, Gretchen? Gretchen snarls, yapping fiercely. That's right, Gretchen. You're the most vicious little geriatric pug there is. Haha. You know, the thought of your creepy stalker, whether he's on our side or not, makes me feel a lot better about having you around tonight. It'll be nice to have somebody next to me if I get scared in the middle of the night. Speaking of, I'm exhausted. Let's turn in. Oh, right, but you said you wanted to shower. Sorry, head's a little fuzzy from staying up for the past day. There's fresh towels in the bathroom, and I've got some extra bathrobes. I can put your clothes through the wash so they'll be extra clean and fresh in the morning. Nice. It somehow feels like the longest and shortest shower you've ever taken. Too tired to think, too tired to process the flow of time, Stella sits outside the bathroom door and makes quiet and comfortable small talk with you, and then you're done. You dry off and step into one of the extra robes. Ooh, she's in nothing but a... Oh. Nothing but a shirt. Ooh. So are you coming in? Follow her. And I'm in nothing but a bathrobe. Ooh. You walk by Stella and into her bedroom. She gently closes the door behind you. Sorry I didn't clean up beforehand. You can think of it as getting the authentic Stella experience. She slips past you and lies on the bed, dressed in an oversized shirt. You're quick to follow. Nice legs, nice thighs. Yeah, straight up. Look at those legs. Look at them legs, they're amazing. Let me see your lunge. Damn. Damn, here I am actually making Teen Titans Go references. Shit. Alright, she's warm and still slightly damp from the shower. Her skin fresh and flowery. She turns to you to look at you, smiling, dimples creasing at the edges of her mouth. You could kiss me if you wanted to. Kiss her. Aren't you tired? If I'm being honest, I'm not really a kisser. Hope that's okay. Immediately fall asleep. I can't not kiss her. I can't not kiss her. Do you really expect me not to kiss her? Come on now. You shift closer to her and close your eyes. The magnetic pull of anticipation rolls down your spine and across your skin, and for a moment that seems to last forever, you take in every detail of the world around you. The forested scent of her eucalyptus shampoo, and beneath it, the slightest hint of campfire. The comforting heat of it, heat of soft but calloused hands across your cheek. The thunder of your hearts beating ever more quickly in unison. The tension rises and rises, a tone seemingly without peak. And then it breaks. Her lips touch yours. I thought we were already kissing, if I were honest. I thought we were already kissing. They're fresh and minty soft, cool against yours, and guided by the gentleness of someone looking to hold on to the memory of tonight for a long, long time. And then she pulls you closer, tighter, and the two of you lose yourselves in each other. Eventually, the two of you break away and open your eyes, gazing at each other from opposite ends of the pillow. Ah, blushing face, blushing face. You drift off together, limbs intertwined, exhausted and safe and comforted. Tomorrow may bring some new horror, or it might not. But whatever happens, you'll face it together. This is the end of episode 4. Nice! Nice. I ended episode 4 with a kiss from Stella. Okay, but seriously though, 100%, I hope this really doesn't mark a target on Stella's back. Because this is a horror game. I repeat, this is straight up a horror game. In horror stories, the love interest usually dies, or, you know, becomes like in constant mortal peril. So yeah, well, I would love there to be a happy ending in this game with Stella. I really hope that from now on, from the, like what, the next episode, episode 5, that she's not just in constant danger. Phew. But yeah. Yeah. We are now in a relationship with Stella. There's still a bunch of scary stuff going on. Reese is now in monster form, roaming around town. Hopefully, because I had a gentle talk with him, he won't actually try to kill anybody. And Wayne is helping me out. Wayne is protecting me. Hopefully, I can convince our cousin to make a deal with the protesters, because the protesters, the workers, they do have bad work conditions. So yeah, I do want them to get what they want, get what they need, really. A few more vacation days and a medical plan. Like a legit, a slight pay raise, more vacation days, and a better medical plan. That's what they deserve. But yeah, I hope it works out, because the game legit says that there's a chance I won't save everybody. I will not be able to save everybody. I'm hoping to at least save Stella. But yeah, that is going to be the end of today. Let me go to the save file, the second file right here. There we go. There we go. And with this is the end of my stream. Boy, oh boy. This has been episode 4 of Scarlet Hollow.